Self-improvement is everywhere: books, courses, podcasts, morning routines, meditation, cold showers, productivity hacks, journaling, visualization, affirmations, and yet no one stops to ask if any of this is actually making us better or just making us feel like we're never enough. We live in a time where we have more advice at our fingertips than ever before, yet people feel more lost than ever. Why? Because no one questions whether the endless pursuit of a better version of ourselves is actually leading to happiness, or just an endless cycle of chasing more. We tell ourselves that once we wake up earlier, once we make more money, once we read more books, once we fix all our flaws, we will finally be happy. But why does no one stop to ask why happiness always seems just out of reach, no matter how much we accomplish? We treat personal growth like a ladder, always trying to climb higher, but what if the real growth isn't about climbing at all? What if the real growth is about stopping to ask why we're climbing in the first place? We are told to set bigger goals, work harder, stay disciplined, and push through pain. But why don't we ask if the pain is actually a sign that we're forcing ourselves in the wrong direction? We glorify struggle as if it is proof that we're on the right path, but what if struggle isn't a sign of growth? What if it's a sign that we're ignoring what we actually want? We spend so much time trying to be more productive, but why do we never question if being more productive is even the answer at all? Is life really about getting more done, or is it about learning to enjoy what we're doing in the first place? We are told to set bigger goals, work harder, stay disciplined, and push through pain. But why don't we ask if the pain is actually a sign that we're forcing ourselves in the wrong direction? We glorify struggle as if it is proof that we're on the right path, but what if struggle isn't a sign of growth? What if it's a sign that we're ignoring what we actually want? We spend so much time trying to be more productive, but why do we never question if being more productive is even the answer at all? Is life really about getting more done, or is it about learning to enjoy what we're doing in the first place? We chase motivation, but why do we act like motivation is something we can find out there somewhere, in a book, in a video, in a speech, when the truth is, motivation is something that comes from action, not the other way around. We sit around waiting to feel ready, when in reality, no one ever feels ready. The people who succeed are not the ones who feel ready, they are the ones who start before they are ready. We say we want success, but what does that actually mean? Is success really about money, status, and recognition, or is it about peace of mind? Is it about external validation or internal fulfillment? We copy the habits of billionaires, thinking they hold the secret to happiness, but why do we never ask if those people are even happy themselves? We assume that once we have more discipline, we'll finally be able to control our lives, but why does no one question if discipline is just another way we try to force ourselves into a life we don't actually want? We say we need to be more confident, but why do we think confidence comes from achieving more when true confidence comes from accepting ourselves as we are? We tell ourselves that we just need to fix our weaknesses, but why do we obsess over our flaws instead of doubling down on our strengths? Why do we focus so much on changing who we are instead of learning to fully embrace ourselves? We read more books, watch more videos, take more notes, always learning but never changing. We collect information, thinking it will lead to transformation, but why don't we stop to ask if we're just using learning as a distraction from actually doing the work? We convince ourselves we're growing, but why do we still feel like something is missing? Could it be that we're not actually growing, we're just running in circles, chasing a version of success that was never meant for us in the first place? We hear that we need to get out of our comfort zones, but why don't we ask if some comfort is actually necessary for growth? Why do we assume that discomfort always means progress, when sometimes discomfort is just a sign that we are on the wrong path? We say we should never give up, but why do we treat quitting as failure, when sometimes the smartest thing we can do is let go of what no longer serves us? And maybe that's the truth no one tells you. Maybe self-improvement isn't about doing more, achieving more, fixing more. Maybe real self-improvement is about questioning more, questioning everything we've been taught about success, about happiness, about what really matters. Maybe growth isn't about becoming someone new, but about remembering who you've always been before the world convinced you that you needed to be someone else. Maybe the real path to self-improvement isn't about becoming the best version of yourself, but finally realizing that you were never broken in the first place.